Sharen is a master of deception. At first glance, her toolkit might be confusing or even underwhelming to some. But once you understand how her tools work in synergy, you're going to see how she's an absolute AoE killing machine. And she might actually be one of the best Descendants for ad clearing. What's up Descendants, Bob here, and today we'll be showcasing Sharen. If you want to see more videos for the first Descendant, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, if you'd like to support me, I'm gonna leave my Nexon creator code in the video description. I want to start by saying that I thought that Sharen didn't have a lot of things going for her, but I'm going to admit that I was very wrong. Let me show you what I mean. Let's start with her passive, Assassinator. This passive has a 40-second cooldown, and when Sharen kills an enemy with a skill, when she is in her ambush state, she resets her active camouflage cooldown. Now we haven't talked about these two different states yet, but this is a very strong passive because we're going to increase our damage by 70% with a click of a button. You'll understand why in a minute. Additionally, Sharen gains an 8% damage increase against enemies that are not targeting her, which is a nice bonus, but the most important part of this passive is definitely the first part. Now, for her first ability we have Cut Off Beam. Sharen fires a wave in front of her with a 4.4 by 6 meter area, and she deals her skill power times 668.2%, and additionally, she electrocutes the enemies that are hit, dealing her skill power times 95.5% per second for 3 seconds. This is a great skill combined with her passive and the next skill. Next up is her second ability, Active Camouflage. And listen up because this is the ability that will set up Sharen for success. When she activates her Active Camouflage, she goes invisible for up to 4 seconds. But when she attacks an enemy while camouflaged, she gains Ambush, which will increase the damage of her next shot or skill by 70%, which is huge. Now let's go back to her passive. We said that when Sharen kills an enemy with a skill while on ambush state, she resets the cooldown for her Active Camouflage, meaning that we can trigger this effect twice in a row. So ideally, we want to use Active Camouflage and right after use either her first or fourth skill. Those are the two damage skills that will help us trigger our passive effect, making us deal a very big amount of damage. Now for her third ability we have Shock Nuts, and this is a very good skill to disable enemies. With Shock Nuts, Sharen fires a round that will stun enemies for 4.5 seconds on a 3 meter radius, which is not the biggest AoE disable, but it disables the enemies for a very long time. And lastly, for Sharen's fourth ability we have Flash Short Sword. This ability is one of the strongest ad clear skills in the game. Sharen targets up to 10 enemies in her vision, and shoots daggers to do her skill power times 209.5% damage in a 2.5 meter radius per landed hit. And on top of that, she will also electrocute enemies, dealing her skill power times 29.9% per second for 3 seconds. This skill, combined with a 70% buff from ambush, can wipe out the enemies in front of her with a single use, which makes this combo a game changer for Sharen, making her one of the strongest Descendants for ad clear. Sharen looks like a very promising Descendant for tactical and special operations in the game. Activating her Active Camouflage to trigger ambush is super easy to do and gives us a very big damage increase with a click of a button. And paired with her passive and the first and fourth skill, she will be clearing rooms like no other Descendant, without a doubt. But those are my thoughts on Sharen. Let me know how you feel about this Descendant on the comment section below. And that's Sharen's breakdown Descendants. If you found it useful, please leave a like, it really helps out. Now let's take a look at her gameplay.
Nothing comes to mind. My only guess is that this place is somehow connected to the Ironheart. I'll know once I have the data. Descendant, unfortunately none of the Ancestors' data remains in this terminal. I will check the other terminals, but it seems the Vulgus were successful with their extraction.
That can't be right. If it were possible to fully extract the data, then the Magisters would have already done it.
Until recently, it would have been impossible for the Vulgus as well. However, if they have someone on their side who is very familiar with the Ironheart, then it will have been achievable.
Descendant, did you come here looking for me? Or did you come to witness the superior technology of the Vulgus? I am Greg, commander of the invading Vulgus forces. It is a shame that I am unable to face you directly.
contain the Ancestors' data. However, Descendant, since the transmission of the Ancestors' data is happening.
And that's all for this video. If it was entertaining or useful, please leave a like, it really helps out. And if you want to see more videos for the first Descendant, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Later.